Right.
Let's do it.
All right. It says it's recording. So, hey, guys, we're live on the Modern American Dream podcast, episode 66. And this week we have Rob Font, UFC top ranked number 11
Yes,
ranked
sir.
fighter. What's up?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up? 11.
I gotta get rid of the 10.
one.
Number 1. There you go.
I got my brother David with me as always, and our friend Rob the Jewelers over here. Rob, say hi.
Rob, what's up, man? How you doing, Robbie?
What's up, man? Nice to meet you. Big fan, huge MMA fan. We've been, me, Arthur, and Dave. We've been watching MMA together for a long time. I mean, specifically UFC. But you know, we watched some of your fights, and you know, just happy to have you on.
Of course, man. Of course.
I definitely got a couple questions, especially one that's been just kind of lingering on my mind, and I never really had a chance to get the answer to it.
Let's do it.
No, I needed to ask the right person. So sure, I guess I'll just start it off. So out of all these fights that we've watched, right? My question is, why do fighters not, like, going into the 3rd and 5th round, right? And the fighter knows he's losing. Why don't fighters throw more fight-ending moves in the 3rd or 5th round, knowing they're losing the fight? Like, if they do not finish their opponent, they're not winning. Yeah,
I mean, it's a tough question. You know, it's more of like, can they do it? You know, like, is they physically able to do it? You know, if say, like, you know, you're losing a fight, most likely you're getting tagged up, getting beat up, or again, it's risky, man. Like, if you go too call out, you know what I'm saying, you're definitely getting knocked out. So it's a balance of are they able to, like, can they physically do it, or are they even there, like, mentally, as far as like how bad are they hurt? You know, how bad is their leg hurt? And then again, it's more of an attitude. You know, like, are those guys like, you know what, I'll put my face down, my bite on my mouthpiece, and just go after it? It's tough, man. It's tough because it's kind of like it's like, oh, he's right there, just hit him. But then it's like, when you get in there, it's like everything changes. You know, it's you're not as quick as you thought. Not as quick as you thought you were, or especially if you're injured. I'm not injured, but like beat up and about to lose that. And then yeah, man, it's tough because it is frustrating to see, like, you mean, bro, just do it, go all in, go all in.
Watching the fight, you know, watching the fight as a fan on the TV, you're just like, dude, you're losing the fight. Why don't you just throw a spinning back fist or a head kick instead of trying to take him down, because that's not going to win you the fight.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, like, that's tough when you see, like, guy losing and like push up against the cage and just hold on to him or try to take him down. You're like, bro, you might as well throw something, you know. And then again, like you said, like, those big moves take a lot of energy. So sometimes maybe they don't have the energy to do it. So it's tough. I know what you mean, though. It's kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're almost there, just go all the way in. But
yeah.
And then it's a personality thing too. Like, some people don't have that in them, you know. So it's tough, man.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, maybe like the fighter just wants to end the fight. Maybe because I know, for example, I've heard, like, when you throw the spinning back fist, if it's not thrown right, you're at a risk of getting knocked out. Now,
at a risk of not knocked out.
In the 3rd or 5th round, the fighter is most likely tired, so he's probably thinking, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, exactly. Do I want to throw a spinning back fist and take a chance of getting knocked out? But
it's a risk reward thing. It's an energy thing. It's like I say, even doesn't even have it. Sometimes fighters get so into it, they don't even know they're down. You know, it's a lot that goes into it. But I know what you mean, though. Especially even, like, as a fan, like, or as a fighter and watching it, like, go. But I'm like, yeah, it's not that easy, you know.
Right.
You know, even with, especially like boxers, you know, when they got those 12 rounds, and it's rough.
Gotcha.
I got a question real quick. So how long have you been fighting?
I started training 2010, and then I made my amateur debut 2012, and then I got into the UFC 2014.
Hey, there you go. So we started our company, DNA Realty Group, in 2009. And here's the question. So success, right? You're about to blow up. knock out Marias, and then be the champ,
love it.
right? But you've
Yes,
been
sir.
doing
Yes,
this
sir.
10 years. So success, I think, often takes a very long time and a lot of focus. So how do you stay focused and continue to train and grind despite the ups and downs? I know you're coming off a big injury. How do you mentally, no matter what it is that you're doing in life, stay focused and stay the course?
Yeah, it's for me, it's a love of the game. It's a love of improving myself, trying to see how far I can take it. I feel like I'm slowly always getting better. It's like I don't feel like I'm stagnant. Like I'm slowly climbing and always getting better. And then it's that will to win, man. I just want to go out there and win for myself, and then obviously at the same time be able to support my family and all that. But yeah, man, like it's like it's not even a job. I mean, it's not even like it's slowly just coming like like a complete love of the game for me. It's like whereas I can't not do this. I can't keep pushing. I can't like for me it's super easy for me to wake up and go train. It's super easy for me to go get punched in the face and wake up and do it again the next day. It's super easy. And I think once again, I'm pretty sure like it's nothing for you guys to wake up and go close a couple of deals because it's like this is what you guys do, this is what you love,
That's what we do.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things. Like it doesn't even seem like it's work. It's pretty easy for me to get up and go run or eat the right food or pull in the right guys or spend the right money on sparring partners or equipment or whatever. It's like, and then it just excites me, to get out there and get after it.
Yeah.
I got a question. How long did it take you to kind of fall into this focus and be able to do it repetitively and just kind of that becomes you? Because you said you started in 2010.
Yeah, I would say after my second amateur fight. I would say after my second amateur fight, so I went 4-1 as an amateur, and I think it was like after my first loss, and something just happened. It started clicking. I just got like super dedicated, and then I got with the strength and conditioning coach, then I got with the right BJJ guys, and I just kept clicking, kept clipping, and then before you know it, I was just in like a robot. I was in a routine to where if I didn't train, I would like my body didn't feel right. It wasn't right if I wasn't training, So again, it became super easy to kind of, get up, go run, even when it's snowing outside, or get up and go sparring, even though I'm tired and I'm hurting or whatever. It just became a point to where if I didn't do it, I would feel wrong or off,
Right.
Makes sense. So now you've been doing it for like 10 plus years. You're about to get a really big fight coming up. How did that come about? How did you get a fight against a number 3 ranked contender?
So honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get that guy, fighting number 11. I thought I was gonna come back and fight the guy named Jimmy Rivera. He's like ranked number 8, I think, right now. Yeah, I think I was gonna get in there with him, and then but Marlon Moraes fought not too long ago and he lost. And I was like, wait a minute, this could be a potential fight, and then they offered him the fight. He took it, and that was it. It was that simple, So we got the matchmaker, Sean Shelby. They reached out to us. It was a no-brainer for me, I was like, hell yeah, number 3 guy in the world. Of course I'm taking that fight, Not too many people want to fight this guy. I'm like, you're an idiot, man. I'm definitely taking this fight. There's no way you're gonna, there's no way I'm not taking this fight,
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll definitely be watching that fight. Cheering you on, hell yeah.
You got a prediction how you gonna end it?
Yeah, man, second round knockout, bro. I'm gonna push the pace on him in the first round and see how he feels, and I'm trying to put him away in the second round.
Love it. You heard it here first. So, all right, so you're climbing up the rankings, and I know you're really focused on UFC right now and chasing that title shot, and this is a good opportunity in the right direction. But have you started to think about, because I know a lot of athletes don't think about this, what you're going to do after the MMA career is over, right? Because you're probably my age, 33, 34, right? And you can't, fighting is a game that you can't do. Like in business, we could do that forever. Fighting, you probably can't.
So I got a gym in Lawrence that I do a lot of private lessons at. I teach as well. And then you know, just trying to like invest as much money as possibly can when I get it. You know, I got a townhouse right now. That's my first property.
Nice.
You know, we're trying to. I actually want to talk to you guys a little bit. I was looking into like maybe like a 3-family. Trying to go that route. And then any smart and like I got a sales job. I sell and sell waste management services for like roll off dumpsters, general like commercial trash cans behind the stores. You see like that. And then so I've been doing. I've been selling that, hustling on the side. But yeah, it's definitely something important you need to do. You know, obviously we can't do this forever. So I'm trying to make smart investments. I'm trying to make as much, you know, income as possible. Either be sales, merchandise, private lessons, you know, teaching, stuff like that. So I just try to stack it up as much as possible, and then, you know, see how it takes me, and then just never know where, you know, this leads to me. But yeah, no, I definitely trying to get ahead of it. You know. Especially now, you know, like I'm getting older, haven't fought in a year. You know how that shit goes. And then, yeah, but you know, I'm making smart decisions. And then, yeah, you never know. We'll see. But I'm having fun teaching, having fun doing the whole private lesson setup. And then my sales gig is you know, is getting there. I'm still learning it, slowly building, but I'm getting there.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. So like 10 years, so you still got other side jobs right now?
Yep. It's a sales position, so it's kind of like, obviously it's kind of like if you don't sell anything, and obviously you're not eating. And it's all obviously word of mouth. You know, getting out there, network as much as possible, and then you know, just trying to hustle, man, trying to be like you guys, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Business is the ultimate sport.
That's pretty cool, man. And I was like looking up all kinds of stuff. We actually saw you fight live when you fought in Boston.
Yeah.
How sick is it to be, like, I know you grew up, like you moved around as a kid, then you grew up in Florida, and then you moved to Boston, right?
Yep.
But now that you're you're here, you know what I mean, like local kid. How sick is it to like fight at the Garden? Like when you're at the Garden, is it insane? Do you go in there like, what, dude? Let's go. You go crazy?
Yeah, no, it's so like, yeah, it's huge. It's so I actually went to a card in 2012 and it's a UFC card in Boston, and then from there I was like, oh man, I can't wait to fight here. And then I ended up fighting there twice, and I'm winning there twice, and then seeing your name up there, and you're seeing your name up there, it's like, oh man, it's a dream come true, you know. Especially in Boston, because you know, like Boston, in New England,
the fans here are
fan,
like crazy.
They really get behind it, they really get into it, and it's like an energy is unreal. Like I still got the video of me knocking out Thomas. I made it in there, and you just the pop from the crowd was intense. Like I get goosebumps every time I see it, and it's and you can't replicate that. And yeah, it's a dream come true, man. Fighting in the Garden. Every time I pass that bridge, it brings me right back to it, you know. And I can't wait till, like, obviously this whole situation's over. We can do it again in Boston.
Was it more pressure for you or less pressure for you fighting at the Garden?
I wouldn't say more pressure. It'd be more. It was dealing with people more. You know, like dealing with friends and family and tickets and like,
so more
people
more
want. Yeah, people hitting you up. You know, trying to do this. Hey, can I come here? And it's just like, and then like random people just always hitting you up.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I guess you could say is kind of like, all right, like, you know, it's easier when I go to Vegas. I don't have to deal with anybody. But besides that, man, it's like that energy you get in that hometown crowd, like that momentum is real. You know, you got the people behind you. You know, you got everybody's gonna screaming, going crazy, and like they're just chanting "Rob Font, Rob Font." And it's just like, oh man, you can't beat that.
That's awesome.
All right, so I got a quick question. So business and sports, I feel like are very parallel, right? They're like kind of in the same direction. And business is probably even more competitive than fighting is, right? Or any kind of sport. It's crazy because it's like never ending. So anybody who's successful in anything that they do and at the top of the heap like yourself is obviously doing something very differently than everybody else. So what do you think is your secret to success, or what separates you from the 1,000 other fighters that are training like crazy to get into top 10? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, obviously I think it's the consistency. I think it's the kind of mastermind you kind of put together with your team, picking the right people with you, and then just paying attention to the small details. Really paying attention to the small details, and yeah, for me, it's that consistency, man. If you can't stay consistent in anything, really, you're not gonna really kind of pass that next level. If you just kind of always flip flopping and going this way or that way, you guys stay consistent, just slowly chop 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 to the top.
That's pretty cool, man. So 10 years ago, you were delivering pizzas. Did you fight back then?
No, I didn't even know what UFC was or MMA was. I was just delivering pizzas. I delivered to a house.
Are you making way more money now than pizza money? Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about that?
It's like sometimes I look at the bank. I'm like, wow, like, all right, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Like, yeah, no, it was tough at that time. I wasn't like fully committed, fully in it. I was kind of bullshitting, talking about going back to school, maybe going to the military. I just wasn't committed. Then I saw this and I was like, wait a minute, this is different. Something's up here. And then I found out I can make money doing it. I was like, hold up, wait a minute, like let's go all in. And I just went all in, man. So yeah, so I was in Florida. I delivered to that house. They told me they kind of broke down what they were doing. They were kind of practicing outside. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? I know this is not wrestling. It's not boxing. Like, what do you got? And they kind of told me what they were doing. I checked out that school. Left maybe 6-7 months, and then I moved up here. And from there, I joined a Muay Thai gym in Somerville. Was there like maybe 2 years, and then not even a year and a half, and then I made my amateur debut. But it was one of those things. Like I fully threw myself in a big pool of MMA and martial arts, and it was just that was it. Like it was to the point where it was hard for me to even watch sports or movies. It was all martial arts, fights, kickboxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu,
Nice.
old Van Damme movies. Like it was full. Like I was just trying to surround myself, nothing around, nothing but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's my movie.
Stuff like that. Like I was like, and then anything else on TV, I was looking up, and anytime I can take a seminar or a private lesson, anybody else came in town, anybody I could learn from, I would just bug them. I was that annoying guy. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? And I would just ask many questions. Yeah. And then, and then another thing is like I was always willing to learn off of my losses or my defeats, or like if I had a bad day, like, well, why did we have a bad day? Let's learn off of that. And it was easy for me to do that. Like it was easy for me to have a bad day and ask why, and then go out there and fix the why.
Yeah, I think when you love something and you're passionate about it, you want to know all the ins and outs about that thing, and that eventually leads to greatness.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it is one of those things like where I would I would spend whatever I could on the knowledge. Like even if I had to drive to Maine or drive to Rhode Island or get on the plane, I spent like 3 weeks in California just to learn 2 things. Like it was just two techniques. I'm out there, spent X amount on the airplane, X amount in Sacramento just to get around one guy. And like I was willing to do that, and I think people saw that, and then once they saw that, they're like, all right, this kid's serious, and then they got behind me, and then my support systems got a little better, and then I had a lot of people that really believed in me, and then before you know it, just started taking off.
That's awesome, man. What does your life look like? Are you like married? Do you have kids or anything like that?
So no kids. Me and my girlfriend, we live in Haverhill now. I gotta grow up. Ask that question. But
no way, she's looking at you right now. You're doing this probably.
Nah,
this guy he always does that. Blowing up the spot.
Yeah, nah, but yeah, long time. Like we're going on 16 years. She met her in Florida actually. But yeah, no, I got 2 puppies. Teach and train and hustle as much as possible, and then on the weekends I try to knock people out.
That's cool, man. We gotta get you to come into the office. I didn't even realize you lived close to us. So, like, do you still train in that gym in Somerville?
No. We had a falling out with that coach. He wasn't committed. He wasn't all the way in. My head coach now, I met him there, and we just like we kind of like, we left probably, what was it, 2016, I believe it was. And then we kind of just started doing our own thing. We started our own team, and then we just kind of taking over. We got a lot of young up and coming fighters. We got guys like Calvin Cater, Mitch Raposo, Tom Pags. Like, we on the come up.
Good, man. Where is this? Where is this gym?
So we have a spot in Andover, and then also have a studio in Lawrence, Mass. But then like we also travel for like strength and conditioning, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and like different Muay Thai gyms, and then we pull in guys that we need to come in. So we're like not necessarily all over the place, but we kind of like, we're like almost like a traveling team.
If somebody wanted to like find you or like train with you guys or learn from you, where do they go?
Hit me Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. Rob_Font. Just slide into my DM, and I'll respond back to you. But
I hit you up. You're not good at responding.
I just tagged it on Instagram, so like everybody can find you.
Perfect. Yeah. And it's anytime. And I also teach at the Gentle Art Dojo in Lowell, Mass. I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights from 7:15 to 8:30. It's a basic Muay Thai. Class. And then if you want to do more of an MMA,
I'm gonna walk in there.
Check it out.
Close some deals.
We're going in there.
Somebody's getting messed up.
Let's go.
I think I still got it.
I'm telling you guys, you think you guys you're on fire right now. Once you learn how to really mess somebody up, like really, really understand how to protect yourself, and really, know what you're doing, your confidence goes through your roof. It just goes through the roof in a good way though. Like, you don't have to use it, like, because most people don't know if they can fight or not. Most people never been in a fight. They just never.
I get my ass kicked by this bull.
I've had my ass kicked a few times, man.
So
I got a funny question.
It humbles you. It humbles you. That beating humbles you. So like, I'll have a good day, and then tomorrow Calvin will beat me up, and it's like you're constantly humbled. You're constantly learning, and then I really do it. It helps you with, like, I think it'll help you guys with like what you guys are doing. Like, you can.
That's cool.
If Calvin beats you up again, just let me know. I'll handle it.
We'll go in. We'll do it the old school way with the bat. We'll bring the bat.
Love it.
That's for the kneecaps, baby.
I got a funny question. Does anybody ever try to fight you because they know you're a UFC fighter?
No. It's at first, like, it would always be the bigger guys. Like, wait a minute, like, you fight, like, the big dudes. They're like, like, oh, wait a minute, you fight? Like, no way, like. And it's usually at the party or some shit like that. Like, oh no, I can beat you up. I used to play football. They'll say weird random things like, I used to play football in high school, so I know I could beat you up. And then when you realize, it's stupid, right? Like, when you realize it has nothing to do with size, and it's literally all technique and skill. Like, I'm talking about big guys. Like, and again, I'm not trying to be cocky where I can literally do anything I want with them. And when they realize that, they're like, wait, hold up, I can't fight. I don't know how to fight. I don't know how to protect myself. And it's a humbling feeling to the point where they're like, wait, hold up, bring that back, show me how to do that. And then, they come in. Like, I have a lot of guys like that, like, wait, this is crazy. I can't believe
science.
I thought in my head, in their mind, they really thought they knew what they were doing. And it's like, then it has nothing to do with, and again, don't get it twisted though. Like, if you're bigger, you have a better advantage. But if you don't have the knowledge behind it, it's like, you're worthless, like, you really will drop faster or get beat up quicker if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you're bigger. And for some reason, it's always been the bigger guys that instantly want to, like, kind of get out of hand. So, like, when I first started doing this, I'll go somewhere, I wouldn't even tell people. I would lie. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm an accountant. You know what I'm saying? I would lie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, wait, hold on.
Like, I'll do your taxes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't tell people that I fight, because that the next thing happens is like, oh, like, well, let's do this. So I wrestled a little bit, or I took a kickboxing class, and then it gets a little out of hand sometimes. But for the most part, no, like, not too many do, but you get the random guys that kind of get out of line.
This guy would try to fight you.
I'm out of line all the time. I need to be humbled again.
Yeah.
I'm overdue.
If you don't want to humble him, show me how to do it. I'll be glad to humble
I got you.
Hey, I have a question for you. So, like, what are your goals in in business, and what are your goals in, like, fighting? Like, if you look out, like, 5 years or 10 years, do you think that far, and, like, think, like, what if you like 10 years ago when you were doing the pizza stuff, like you think you thought you'd be where you are today? Did you plan for it? And like
Yeah,
10 years from now, like you think you can see what you think you might want to do?
Yeah, honestly, I've been looking into real estate a little bit. I've been thinking about a couple units. I was thinking cause I grew up in apartment complexes, and I was like, wait a minute, like those things are usually kind of full no matter what, as far as like during like most like bad recessions or whatever, like they're kind of like, they're not like empty, like my mom's been in an apartment for a while. I'm like, wait, you just paying us? I'm like, how do I hustle and make enough money to put down, like, because like in commercials usually like 30% down or something like that on like those type
25%,
things.
yeah.
So I was like, all right, how could I get that to get that going? Then I'm like, well, that's kind of a lot. It's kind of heavy. So I was thinking kind of like going to single family, multi-units at first until I get to that point. Looked into stocks a little bit, got a couple of dollars in, I got the Robinhood account I've been throwing there and trying to stay up with that. And then, with the waste management services, I've just been hustling that, selling that. I'm actually getting a mini roll-off truck that I can kind of like start dropping them off myself, or not me, but like whoever I hire. And just trying to figure out and get creative. At the same time, I have, we got the brand. I do the private lessons, and then seminars, teach still. So I'm just trying to like collect all that, and then eventually figure out where and what I should do with the money. But and then obviously the UFC paycheck. So the first thing was, how can I get enough money to not touch the UFC money, right? And then once I figure that out, now I feel like once I get the right amount and the right play, I kind of want to just make a couple of the right investments and then go from there. But it's tough because obviously I still got to stay focused on beating people up and not overdoing it on the business side.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think like focus and what you focus on expands. It's a thing that we learned, and even with our business in real estate, our first year, like we only sold one house, and like this year we ended up selling we're gonna close the year with like over 80 houses sold, and
congrats, man.
We had opportunities to open like our own like coaching program for other people, to teach them how to do it. And like we did it, we made a little side money. It wasn't bad. It was cool. The idea of it was cool. But what happened was when it took away from the main thing, it was like, hey man, the main thing got you the side gig and this other side.
Exactly.
And it's like the main thing has to stay the main thing. Yeah. So I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Like
so
I
try not to.
That, right? Like that got you to where you are.
Yeah. So again, my first, when I wake up, my first goal is obviously get the exercise in, get the work in, and then from there, I'll set a couple times. And again, as far as like the sales, it's all through the phone. So like it's like I'm not like sitting down at an office all day long. I'm just kind of like hustling through the phone, and then Instagram, social media, and stuff like that. And then just trying to collect all that money and just put it away into like a high yield savings account or whatever, and then just constantly trying to get it to grow. And then eventually I won't be fighting anymore. And I feel like in a perfect world I have a couple of dollars to kind of like start making some moves and start moving around. But and then again, like I said, I know what this is like with the MMA is like kind of like I got coaches here, so I'm just trying to figure out where and who to kind of like mentor and follow and get coached on how to really do business and all that. So it's growing, it's getting there. It's just again, I'm not going, I guess, all the way in on that side yet because I still got
one step at a time,
focused.
Right? That's it.
Yeah,
the fine line between the balance.
I got my last question. I'll let these boys.
That's what he
I'll let these
says.
boys
this guy
jump
got
in.
questions.
I got questions for days, man. Like like how much do you train every day? Like, and I saw that like you eat clean all the time, even on like Thanksgiving you eat like a little bit of turkey and asparagus, which is crazy to think for most people, right? Because most people are just eating regular, right? I'll go get a French fry right now.
Yeah, no, it's a lifestyle. It's nonstop. I haven't had a legitimate Thanksgiving dinner like within like the last 5 years. Like it's been nonstop fighting around the same time. Like it's like a little bit of turkey, a lot of vegetables, and a lot of water. And I'm usually training that day, anyways. You know, so you know, it is what it is. You know, it comes with the territory. I know what stuffing tastes like. I know what all that stuff tastes like. I can do that when I'm done fighting. You know, I'll be able to just sit back and be able to just get completely like hammered and full all I want after I'm done fighting. And don't get it twisted, I still enjoy myself, but just not on the regular. You know, so it's a weird balance, but like I'm having fun with it. You know, like I said, like Thanksgiving, I'm not missing it too much. I know what all the good stuff tastes like, and it's not going anywhere. You know.
Yeah, that's cool. You got your body dialed in, and like how many workouts do you do? And like when you're the champ, how many do you think like that's gonna have to change? Like you got to put in like 50 times more work or whatever it is.
So I train twice a day, Monday through Thursday. And then Friday off, Saturday is usually our sparring days, and then Sunday off. So it's definitely a full-time gig. At the same time, I teach, so that kind of reinforces my knowledge and my know of what I'm doing. Yeah. And then like I said, just hustling on the side. But as far as training, it's usually two-hour sessions a day, Monday through Thursday, rest Friday. One big hard session Saturday, and then I rest Sunday.
That's cool. What do you boys got? What do they got, cool, Rob? Man. These boys got nothing. We got. I took all the questions.
I got a question. So like a lot of fighters before the fights, you see fighters that are very calm. You see fighters that they're in kill mode. You got different kinds of approaches that fighters have. What's your mindset before a fight? What's your approach?
For me, I'm just cool, calm, and collective. I'm trying to get in there and just react. I'm trying to get in. I'm not trying to overthink it. I'm not trying to throw any emotions into it. I'm just trying to go in there and create, make things happen, and then when I see openings, take advantage of it. What we do is we throw a lot of fakes and things like we basically throw a lot of like bullshit at you to see how you react, and then counter that, and then make you pay. Or if you throw something at me, block it, then counter. That's kind of like a basic game plan. Mindset going in is just like staying calm, relax. I know, have trust in the hard work I put in before the fight, and just go out there and just listen to my corner and see it with my eyes and just react off of feel. So I kind of like try to just see with my eyes, hear my corner, listen, and then when I see something, I react to it and just almost freestyle.
Gotcha.
But with the kind of like, we have a game plan, and at any time that kind of like messes up, I pull another one out my sleeve. But we kind of have like almost like an ABC plan where we're trying to do this, but if it's not working out, we're gonna go here, and if it's not working out, then we're just gonna make something up at the same time. But it's all freestyle. It's tough because like, and when these type of like fighting is like, it's so fast that if you're thinking, you're done.
Right. Do you have any pre-fight rituals?
Not really. I don't. It's weird. Sometimes it's kind of go off the mood. Like sometimes sometimes I'll listen to like random like this music that you like jazz. Like I love listening to jazz. Sometimes I'll read a book. Sometimes I'll be on a show. Like last fight I was like got into Vikings. That show Vikings. I was watching that for like throughout the whole fight week. It all changes, kind of go off of how I'm feeling or the mood I am that I'm in. Now it's a little different now with the whole COVID, because like now when I get there, I'm gonna be stuck in a room for like 24 hours to 48 hours, and so you never know, might end up playing cards, or I don't know, but I don't technically have a every time I do this or every time I eat this. It's kind of like I'm one of those guys that kind of like, all right, let's just try this, let's try that. Yeah. But my routine as far as in the back room, it stays the same. My warm up, the way I get ready, who I bring with me. But as far as like a ritual, like I gotta wear my hat backwards or something like that. I definitely don't have that.
Is there any like certain kind of music you listen to before the fight?
Thing. It all changes too. Sometimes like again, it'll be jazz or rock or rap or nothing at all, and I'm just sitting there just talking. So when I first started, it was a lot of like a lot of rap for some reason, a lot of rap and trying to get hyped up, and then like it didn't really work for me. Like, I thought I only did it because I saw somebody else do it, and then once I realized that no, I'm kind of like a calm dude. Like, I don't have to get all hyped up and start screaming and punching myself in the face. And it was like I think I was so young, I thought I did that because I saw somebody else do that. Then once I kind of find myself the way I really do it, I was like, nah, I'm cool, man. I don't gotta yell. I don't have to scream or get too hyped up, because like you think about it, you get your heart rate that high, and then you gotta put it back down. And then because again, like what people don't tell you is like it's a long day. Like you show up, you report, and it's kind of hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. So if you're constantly going up and down with your feelings, your emotions, like you'll burn out. So I try to stay calm until I get in there, and then I just turn it up. And then from there, I turn it up, and then I start freestyling.
That's cool, man. I feel like I watched a lot of your interviews just like because we were going to talk to you, and I'm pretty impressed, man. You seem like when you interview, you always interview the same. Like you're super calm, or it seems that way. Do you ever walk around and be like, somebody like looks at you and you're like, I fucking kick your
ass? Yeah, no, it's kind of like one of those, like, it's one of those things like, man, you just don't know, man. But then it's also terrifying too, because if I really like put my hands on somebody, like they have no.
Like there's no chance.
Yeah, there's no chance. There's no chance, and like most likely it's gonna look like I'm, bullying this guy, or like, most likely like, the only way to defend yourself, you're gonna have to shoot or stab me, So it's kind of like I don't want any of those problems, So it's like, like, because again, like imagine if you're outside in the street and I'm sitting there like really squaring up with you, and like you see like wait a minute, hold up, like it's
Rob Font.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but
like who is this dude? I'm about to take him out. I'm about to call him out on my YouTube.
You want to do a boxing fight, me versus you, just so I can get famous? Nah,
I got you, bro. I got you.
But so that's so funny. You seem like you don't have a big ego. So my question is like, do you do anything to make sure you keep your ego in check, or are you just like a humble dude?
Honestly,
like I know, like if I knew how to kick somebody's ass and I walked by this guy,
he'd probably give me a beating, dude. Right away.
So the thing about it is with martial arts and MMA, you're constantly getting beat up. You're constantly, in a humble position, because there's always somebody better than you. And if they're not, you're in the wrong spot. And the thing about it is, like I said, we literally paid better guys to come in and to beat us up, to kind of like push us to that point to where it's like it's a hard day every day. And then, like I say, like I got this young kid, Nick. He's 23 years old, and he's a beast. And he'll destroy me on the ground. Like he's so good on the ground, like just straight jiu-jitsu. Like obviously standing in full MMA, but like
that my boy Christos by any chance?
Just another dude. He's another savage, a guy like that.
Christos, like so, he was on this podcast.
He's a stud, man. So again, like actually he's trains with Nick, the guy I'm talking about. Like ask him about Nick Fiore, man. He's probably one of the best grapplers out here. So what I'll do is I'll get guys like Christoph or Nick Fiore to come in, and they specialize on the ground. And like we put ourselves in bad positions. So I got this young kid constantly beating me up. I have, or no, I'm bringing in 2 or 3 guys to beat me up, or even older guys that are like kind of like school me on how to do this and how not to do this. So we're constantly, for me at least, I'm constantly trying to like better myself, bring in talent, and push myself to where I'm not just the best guy in the gym, So I think that naturally humbles a lot of fighters, because like again, you've been there, you've been the hammer, you also been the nail, and then you understand that like it's like if you have an ego in fighting, you will definitely not make it. If you have an ego in fighting, you're not going to make it far. So I think it becomes easy because you're constantly reminded that you're not the best. You're constantly reminded that like there's always more to learn. You're constantly reminded, and then like I said, like you got the young kids coming up, and you're constantly, if you're not trying to get that type of work, and again, I think you're fooling yourself. You know, you're fooling yourself. Again, you got a guy like Christoph like that. It's just like kid nonstop training. So and he's competing, and there's like a different level of confidence when you know you're good, and then you bring those guys in, and it's like it's a hard day. So I'm constantly putting myself into a spot where I'm bringing better guys in. So again, I don't think I can be humble. You know, I mean, I have to be humble almost. I guess you could say.
It's so crazy how many similarities there are between like business and sales and what we do and what you talk about. Like one of the things me and my brother did to take our business to the next level is we would go out and we would find a mega agent, somebody who's doing bigger and better things than us, and hang out with them for a whole day and that would like bring it down, because you're like, you might be number one in your office, you go somewhere else, now you're a big fish in a small pond.
Exactly. So is that so like, you know, if you go out there and you say you're selling like, I don't know, let's say $1 million in sales, but then you go around a guy that has 10 million, like you're gonna learn something from that guy, you know. And it's kind of like, if you're like, if you're foolish to not believe you can't learn something that's doing 10 million on the regular, it's like, well, you'll never get to that 10 million. And then once you get to that 10 million, all right, well, there's another level to that. There's guys that are doing 100 million, you know. So it's kind of like, all right, so how do we get to that? You know, how do we get to those guys that are doing 100 million? You're like, wait, and then, you know, and you'll start, you know, and it's just, it is what it is. So like I said, like, you know, if I can get around the best in the world, why not? You know, I'm pretty sure if you guys get around these guys that are like doing big deals, like you're gonna learn something. Even just like I said, even just having a lunch with a guy like that, I guarantee you pick something up. You know, and again, like me, I'm the type of guy that I'll spend money on seminars and classes and private lessons. You know what I'm saying? Books and you know, like I'm pretty sure, again, like you're pretty sure you guys do the same thing, or you'll travel here, travel over there, you know, or even coaching, you know, have somebody come in, coach you guys up. It's just how you do it. And then from there you stay humble, because, you know, like you know, you don't know it all, and there's always something to learn. And so yeah, like I said, it's very similar to like sales and business as well.
Very, very. And we're always reaching out to people. Like we were talking about real estate investing. We got guys that own 300 units. And when we meet them, we're in the game. So we're like, how'd you get there? Take them out to lunch, learn from them. Yeah. And you guys are doing the same thing in the fight game. I got to back to a fight question. What do you walk around at if you fight at 135? Oh.
So I'm like, so on a bad day, on a heavy, just like I don't care, I'll get up to like 160, 163 on
60.
Obviously, yeah, like 163 the highest. And then if you know, I'm on point, you know, dieting and eating all the right foods and all my vegetables, you know, I'm like around 150, 153.
What's the heaviest you've ever been? Like, you ever been like?
Bro, at one time I got up to like, when I was delivering pizzas, I was up to like 190, bro. I was a little bar.
Were you like muscular, or were you getting fat?
No, I wasn't like roll, like I was just like thick. I was like a little, like I was just like, it was all pizza and beer. Yeah, it was bad, man. I got to 190, and I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'8", so I was like, I look chubby, chunky, you know.
So, like, when UFC fighters weigh in, right? It's the day before the fight.
Yeah. So
a lot of times you see them the next day, and they're like, you could see the size different.
So what basically, it's basically just water manipulation. You know, so all we're doing is like on that scale, like we're technically not. I'm not really 135 when I fight. You know, I'll get back up to like probably 149, 150.
When you fight.
Yeah. So like, so it's basically the basic weight cut. We could do a little more than like the average like high school wrestler, because they do same day weigh-ins. So we can cut a lot of weight. So basically, like I'll diet down as low as possible. And I'll get within like a 12 to 10 pound range. So I'll show up like 48, 47. And then from there, we'll throw the sauna suit on and we'll just start cutting the weight. It's basically, for me, it's been like, it'll be 3 30-minute sessions. So I'll do like throw the sauna suit on, jump on the treadmill, do like a 30-minute jog, get off, take a break, do another like pad session with the sauna suit on, take a break. And again, this is all just water weight. And then I'll go to sleep, eat up, and if I have any more weight, we'll do it in the morning. We'll get on a scale, and then from there we hydrate, get everything back in. It's definitely if you do too much weight, it's definitely not safe. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. But if you've been doing your thing and really again, I pay a nutritionist for this. Okay, a lot of money to kind of make sure we're doing it right, make sure we're getting the right food throughout the whole camp, and then it's a tough part. I think that's the toughest part of the sport, but that's the hard. I guess you say the hardest part, and after that, it's all fun from there.
Cutting the weight is the toughest part.
Definitely.
You mentioned books a couple of times, and I'm an avid reader myself. I know my brother is too. What's your favorite book recommendation period, and what are you reading now, and what's a business book recommendation?
So I've been listening to my favorite book as far as like mindset has been Relentless by Tim S. Grover.
Yep.
He was
Michael Jordan's coach.
Yeah, he was Michael Jordan's coach. So I lost a fight, and my buddy recommended that book, and it just helped me out so much. But recently I've been reading Napoleon Hill's Laws of Success.
That's a good book.
I got that.
Yeah. The kind of he speaks about how the basic laws and how Andrew Carnegie kind of like commissioned him to kind of like put together like rules or laws of like how to be successful through any education or whatever. Like, and I've been reading that lately. But yeah, no, it's I recommend that Relentless book, man. Like Tim S. Grover is pretty cool. Helps out with a lot of like mindset and just kind of having that that relentless drive just to get whatever you want to do and go get it done. And there's always a way to figure it out, and helps out with especially for business, man. I think if you haven't read it, I would check it out.
Surprisingly, I haven't read that.
I'm gonna check it out too.
That's
Even
pretty
like
cool.
say like check it out. It's like he worked with Kobe Bryant. He worked with a lot of business owners. He worked with obviously Michael Jordan. Yeah, he's around. He's around. They even did a call with him. Did a Zoom call with him not too long ago, and he kind of helped me out with a couple tips, a couple like tricks to like help me visualize certain things and the way to handle like the pressure, how to deal with those like those butterflies. Like his big thing is like those butterflies, those that feeling you get before the fight that it's not going anywhere. So your job is to learn how to get those butterflies to kind of fly in formation and just embrace that scared feeling, because that's what's going to keep you alive, and that's what's going to keep you creative. And little things like that, like it goes a long way.
What'd you learn?
They go along.
What was like the best thing you learned that if you could like explain it to somebody, like how to manage that?
Yeah. So again, like it's like when you feel like nervous or scared to do something, just run straight to it. Do that thing first. Say I don't know. Like say you got a big client and you're kind of scared to cold call them. Like right, like you call that motherfucker then first thing in the morning. Don't wait till afternoon. Call them. Just get it done with it. And just keep on it. And just keep attacking with just relentless pressure and then once you do that, like you can't lose. You can't lose because eventually you're gonna figure it out. And then, yeah, I think I would say do the hardest things first. He always preaches just do the hardest things first. Get it out the way. Get it done. Not rush through it, but like get in it and give your honest, effort to it. For those hard things. For like me, it's like the workouts, like the shifting. Like for me, martial arts easy. The strength conditioning part kind of sucks, right? Like, yeah, I don't want to go lift weights, man. I'd rather go punch somebody in the face. I don't want to lift weights, or I want to run. I don't. I don't want to
check my head movement.
I don't want to be in a treadmill for forever long, So like my thing is I get up, I go do conditioning first, and then I go have fun with like the martial arts side of it.
That's
Rob, I got a question. Out of all the fights that you've had, win or loss, which fight has taught you the most, and what did it teach you?
Wow.
It was a John Lineker fight. I fought him in Curitiba, Brazil. It was in a soccer stadium full of like 45,000 screaming Brazilians, screaming like, it was yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough.
Before.
Yeah, it was tough, man. I couldn't pull the trigger. I was having a bad day. I didn't want to say I didn't underestimate him. I definitely trained, but I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. I went from fighting my hometown in Boston to then flying to Brazil and fighting in his hometown. And again, like as we was riding up to the soccer stadium, they shut the whole stadium down, shut the whole block down. You could feel the vibration from the fans. It was intense.
Wow.
And I didn't wrap my head fully around what I was getting myself into, and I was just like overwhelmed. And I think I don't think I correctly estimated what I had to do to get ready for this fight. And there's like an incorrect estimation of what I had to do and what I had to do to get the job done, or even just that crowd. I didn't think that crowd was gonna get to me. And I was like, wait, nah, I'm good, man. I've done this before. I've did this before. I fought in backyards before, and I was like, nah, not like this. This is different. And then after that fought, my buddy was like, bro, that wasn't you out there. Like, I know you. You was different. You wasn't mentally there. You physically were there. But you was like, your mind was somewhere else. And that's when he recommended that book to me. And like from there, it was like, oh wait, there's a whole other side of this mindset game that I don't even know about. And I wasn't really tapping into, and it wasn't like I was all physical and trying to run and do this and all that. But I was like, nah, bro, like, it's all up here, man. You gotta like, work on that mindset. And I did, like.
Isn't it like pretty crazy how much of a difference like fans make and just like general energy, like when your energy is focused and like if that energy gets thrown off, it's first of all, it's crazy that fans, like a group of people can throw your energy off without even like touching you.
I remember like I was so not there. I remember a shirt in the crowd that I kept looking at. Like I got a guy swinging, trying to hit me, trying to knock me out, and like that wasn't like focused on that, but I feel like
that's crazy.
Like for some reason, I could see.
Especially John Lineker.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting, I can remember them. Like, what the hell? Like I was like getting frustrated and irritated, and it was a bad night, and it was all on me. I could have easily just switched it up if I had the right mindset and the right attitude and just again, like a little bit more I guess trust in myself and to kind of like get past that little barrier. Like it's like I just had to just get over it, but it was like hard for me just to kind of just jump over and but the thing is, I learned a lot from that. Like, and like, oh, all right, and then from there, that experience alone helped me get to all. Now it's like not easy, but like I know how to deal with it better. I know how to go in there and switch it real quick when I need to, and freestyle when I need to. And from there, if it didn't go the right way, I was like, oh, all right, what do we do now? And then from there, I just learned how to ad-lib and just kind of go and make things happen when things are not going right. I'm pretty sure like what you guys do, and like in a cell, like you thought it would go this way, then out of nowhere you got, oh wait, hold up, let's approach him this way or another way, and then you just find a way to kind of like represent or kind of like reposition yourself in the deal, right? So it's a learning experience, and I learned from experience. It sucked that I had to learn from the experience, but it is what it is. I got that. It helped me out a lot, and then it made me a better man, I guess you could say.
I got another question.
Good questions, Rob.
What percentage for you, Rob, what percentage of fighting is mental?
I'll say 90%.
90%.
I'll say like
90%. Oh my God.
90% of sales is mindset too.
Yeah, I would say 90%, bro. Like honestly, like it's all mental, man. Like you gotta basically sell yourself before you go out there, man. You gotta sell yourself before you even get out there. You gotta know without a doubt that you're gonna get it done. You gotta see the win before you even go out there. You gotta believe it. You gotta like almost predict, almost bet on yourself before you do it. And I would say definitely 9%. And again, I didn't learn that. I didn't learn that until like I was in the UFC, and I wish I would have learned that coming up, and I felt like I would have had a better understanding of this. But yeah, it's all mental, man. And think about it, you hear that, you know what I'm saying? You hear it all the time, but you don't like really buy into it until you have to, I guess. Or at least I didn't. I didn't really buy into it until after a loss. I went on a tear, winning, and then bam, like what the hell just happened? I was like, and I even have a mentor. I actually got a session Saturday with one of my mental coaches.
Oh, nice.
Mental coaches. I need a mental coach.
Dude, that's important. You know what Muhammad Ali said? You know the quote? Anybody, boys? Anybody? Muhammad Ali's quote.
He said, I don't start counting my sit-ups till after they hurt.
He did say that, but that's not the one I'm talking about. All right. I told myself, that's how it starts. Let's see who can finish it. I told myself
Yeah,
Nothing.
that's what
I told myself to knock him out.
I told myself I was the greatest. What's the rest of that?
Before I was the greatest.
Even before I knew I was.
Oh.
That's what you're talking about. That's what you're talking about.
You gotta, like I said, like I'm pretty sure you gotta know you're about to sell these units. You know, you gotta know that before you go in. You gotta believe that, like without like nothing. There's nobody can tell you that you're not about to get the job done.
Yeah.
And once you know that, and and even if it's kind of going a little shaky, you'll figure out a way to get it done. If your belief and your passion is so like this is how it's going down. This is how it's going down. You'll find a way to get the job done. And I had to learn that the hard way. And it is what it is. I'm still learning and I'm still getting better. But
it's also experience, right? Like if you walk into the same situation twice, you're obviously going to be better and more knowledgeable the second time around because like experience is priceless. Like no matter what you do, if you did that 1,000 times, you'd be 1,000,000 times better on the 1,000th times, whether you wanted to or not. Just because like you can't do something that many times and not have like you wouldn't have the same doubts as you would in the first time.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, like with you guys, like that first sale, so like now like going through it, you kind of have like you can almost like predict what the guy's going to say, or you kind of have an idea. You kind of have an idea of like of the complaints you're going to get, or the you kind of know, okay, the most people say this when they see this house, or that most people want this, or they're more when it comes to the clothes, right? They're most people are worried about this, and you kind of have an idea, and like you had that experience before, so now you go, hey man, I understand what you're saying, I get it. Most people are scared to finally sign that paper, but this is, and then you can kind of help them get through it, probably the first time you feel like shit, I don't know, man, just sign a damn line, but you know what I'm saying, like just buy the damn house, come on, man, just buy the house. But now, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of like persuade them in a better way after the 100th house over the first house,
Right. Like a lot of our new agents that come work for us, we got a couple people that work for us now, and they get in these situations and they're shocked because they don't know what to say. And then they shadow me or follow my brother, and they're like, wow, you guys know what to say. And we tell them, like, this is 90% chance of what they're going to say. When they say this, you say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, like you'll know that. And again, that comes with experience. That comes with knowledge. That comes from like the mentor. Like I'm pretty sure, like you said, you guys go out there, you pay for the knowledge as well. And that comes with it. And, for me, it was definitely a hard learning lesson on the mental side. And it was, and what sucked though, man. Like I actually had a sponsor before that to kind of be like, hey, you ever thought about this? Like, nah, man, I don't really gotta do that. And I was like, fuck, I should have listened to him, man. I was like, I don't know why. He was like, I can get you on a call with these guys. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't really done it. I think I'm good. And it was like the dumbest decision dumbest mistake I ever had. And now I'm fully in it. I really believe, and like I keep my eye. I would say that was probably one of the biggest mistakes in my career. And I guess most immature thing I've done was like turning that mental coach down just because I was like, nah, man, mental coach, I'm not weak. I'm not mentally weak. Man. It's like, it's not that you're mentally weak. It's like, there's another level you can get to if you're on point with your mentality. Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely levels to like being able to, to master your mind, right? Because like, if you can master your mind to the point where you can flip switches on and off at will, like I don't care who you are, that's pretty powerful stuff, you know what I mean? That's awesome stuff. But that I think takes time to learn, you know what I mean? That's like you're cultivating the mind. It's like so many neurons up in there.
And just like like any muscle, it takes time. And if you're trying to hurry up and rush and hurry up and do it, it takes daily practice, daily, like again, like I'm, daily, like the same way I work out my muscles, you got to work out that muscle on the regular. And like, it's tedious. It's the boring stuff too. It's just the hard part. But it's one of those things you got to get done.
That's how you're going to get the result you want.
But especially if you want to take it to that next level, man. There's the, you know, so you can be average and not do it, but if you want to get that like that,
Yeah,
that
levels.
next level of whatever, you know, like it doesn't have to be fighting anything. You got to take it to, and again, it's mostly mental. It sucks because like you hear it, but until you really, I guess, mess up and have to come back, and then all right, damn, I should have listened. But
Right. Rob, I know we're running a little short on time, but I have another fighting question.
Let's go.
Rob, we got time. We booked them till 12 a.m.
This is
baby.
a 24-hour session.
Nah, I'm ready. I'm having fun, guys. I'm having fun. I'm about to start asking you some real estate questions soon.
Hey, anything you need.
I know you said that you haven't fought in a year or over a year. Is this the longest that you've gone without fighting? And B, do you believe in ring rust?
So no. So I actually, after my this is my second time fighting in a year. So when I did my debut in 2014, and then I got injured and had to wait another year, and then shit, I think like not too long ago, I couldn't get a fight. People just wouldn't want to fight. The rankings was funky, so I've been to a point where I had to sit out for 2 years, not back to back, but I've done this before. And as far as the ring rust, no, I really don't. I don't believe in it. I really don't believe in it. Especially the way we train, we're always in it. We're always training. We're always moving. The way I think about it, if I'm walking down the street and somebody starts messing with me, it's not like I'm gonna forget how to fight. You know, I'm just gonna instantly react and get straight to it. I would say maybe the ring rust of dealing with like the pressure and dealing with that could happen, but again, like I learned after that last fight to kind of constantly work on my mind, constantly be engaged with you know, training and all that. But I'm always around fighters. Again, I'm always around the young fighters. I'm around Calvin Kattar all day, so I'm constantly, if I'm not fighting, I'm in it somehow, you know. So you know, but for me, as far as like the way I look at it, that year I took off, like I'm not getting hit in the brain. You know, so I don't have little, I'm not banging my hands all day, so I don't have the little baby injuries people are constantly having. I'm not like, no, I don't have that long wear and tear on my body. So I'm saying, like, it's almost like a blessing in disguise that I have these little breaks, because again, like I'm not constantly, I'm getting older, but my ring age is young, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because you'll have guys that are like you know, like 20, 25, but they look like they're 40 because they're getting beat up forever, you know. So it's one of those things where it's like it is a blessing and a curse. I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise, because like again, I'm not, you know, I'm not taking any headshots. I'm not taking any damage to my hands, my knees, my neck, or anything like that. And you know, at the same time, I'm learning and I'm still getting better. So it is what it is.
That's cool, man. Hey, how's that? Both of the Robs on the podcast right now. Oh, how's that knee surgery, boys?
Oh, you guys both
like
have
the knee surgeries are crazy these days.
But you had knee surgery as well?
Yeah, I had a torn meniscus.
So yeah, I told my I ruptured my ACL and so a slight tear in my meniscus in my my last fight in the second round. I got in the second round, we tore it, it popped and went, and then I had to finish the fight and do the whole third round on one leg basically. But yeah, man, it sucks. But you know, it is what it is. I had surgery in January. Went to Vegas to rehab for like 3 weeks, and then I got back and I got to link up with Boston Sports Facility in Wellesley, Mass. They handle all the Patriot players, everybody, a lot of the Canadian hockey teams come down. So I got around a lot of high level athletes and got to see how they did it, and it was a no brainer. Like I felt great. I was around the right people, and I was committed. Again, I turned rehab into my new martial art, my new sport, my new passion, and I just flipped my mind to like, all right, now this is what we're doing. We're gonna try to learn as much as possible about rehab, and it's like I almost feel like I can kind of, you know, so I could be a PT and help you out with your need. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way. You know, I did a lot of workouts that I've never done in my life. I felt a lot of muscles in my body I've never felt. And you know, I still have to keep up these workouts for a whole nother year just to make sure the meniscus just heals right and properly. You know, and I'm sure you have to do the same too.
Yeah, and which is weird though. The meniscus is a little tougher because like it takes more time. Because like I guess it's more of that side to side motion, so like it's definitely tough. But yeah, man, just keep grinding, bro. Just keep your head down, get to work, and before you know it, you'll be 100%.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing how technology is that like you could get knee surgery and does it feel like you just got like a brand new knee? Basically, you could move, function like all the same functions you
Better
could.
than before.
Yeah,
Is
nah,
it
first
better
time.
than
It's my
like
first.
the original knee or?
Yeah, nah, bro. Like, I promise you, like, once you started going, it was tight, like real tight at first, and then once I got into a groove, it was like, boom, I'm good to go. I once I kind of like started jumping down off of like, so we had like a test where we get like a box, like a box jump. We'll
Yeah.
jump up it, but then we had to jump down. Once I felt that and I landed, it was 30. I was like, oh, this is easy, done deal. My there was no hesitation on me at all, and then once I got that going, it was smooth sailing, man. I felt like it took a year, but it really felt like 4 or 5 months. After the 4 or 5 month mark, I was kind of shadowboxing, I was deadlifting, I was doing a lot of like single leg squats, RDLs, all that stuff, and shadowboxing. So I felt like I got right back to training. It really felt like it only took off 4 months, and then I got to hitting pads, moving around. So like I wasn't fully like doing jiu-jitsu and wrestling, but I was still training, so it wasn't the worst. And then obviously coronavirus and the pandemic happened, so it kind of slowed everything down anyway. So it was kind of like not much was going down as far as the UFC, and then that took a little off of it. You know, it wasn't that big of a blow because not too much movement was going anyway. So it was like almost like a good time to kind of get injured. We got that done, and then like it was there. It was like I'm ready to go, and then once I got the contract, I was like, done, let's get it, and we just got right back into camp and just got to work.
That's pretty cool, man.
Would you say?
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. I was gonna say, would you say this upcoming fight with Moraes is this the biggest fight of your career?
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. That's the highest number I got around. He's ranked 3 in the world, former title challenger. He was a ex-champ in another promotion for World Series of Fighting. So he's been around. He's done that. Like he's definitely the biggest fight, biggest name, and it's gonna be one of my biggest wins.
That's awesome, man. You want us to go in there and be like, take him out? Yeah, a little Boston attitude.
I wish, man. I wish. Nah, we'll they're not letting anybody in that building.
When is the fight?
December 19th.
Oh, that's coming. Oh, okay.
And then you got Aldo's fighting on that fight too, right?
He's fighting Chito Vera. Yeah, he's fighting Chito Vera.
They could get it next after you knock out Moraes. They could get it next, and then
sign him up for you.
And then Peter Yan after that.
If he beats Moraes, he's looking up, not down.
Exactly. I want to keep slowly going up. So again, like after that, I want another big name.
Number 2 or number 1.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. I think that's super cool.
That's cool, man.
What you have any quotes that you like, or any like life advice, like some of the best lessons you learned just like in life?
My coach always says, man, keep it simple, stupid. Like just keep it simple, man. Like try not to overthink it. Go in there and just keep it simple. If you try to overcomplicate things and make things more than what they are, it's simple, man. You're in a fight. Go in there, hit this guy more than he hits you, and you'll win. Like it really is sometimes
that's
that
pretty
simple.
Damn simple.
I'm like, yeah, keep it simple. Always just keep it simple, and then saying like just try not to overthink, try not to like over worry or over stress about the small things. Just go on there, keep it simple, and have fun.
Definitely. That's good advice. As we begin to wrap up, we got a lot of people that listen to this podcast. A lot of them are realtors. A lot of them are small business people. A lot of them are fighters battling different things in life. So what would be the one thing that you'd like our listeners to take away from this podcast? Maybe something they can implement or use to improve their lives or in their business.
Seek out coaches, man. Get the right help. Don't be afraid to spend the money. It might not be a mental coach. It could be marketing coach or sales coach or you know, whatever. But seek it out. Don't be afraid to spend the money. I feel like if you can't lose in investing in yourself. You know, if you go out there and again, say it's a seminar, you say it's $10,000, it seems like a lot, but if you spend $10,000 on a seminar and you make $100,000, was it worth it? You know, so like spend the money, get out there, go out there and search for help. You know, you definitely can't do it yourself, and just invest in yourself, I would say.
That's solid advice, man.
All right, boys, as we start to wrap up, you guys have any finishing questions for the man?
I don't have a finishing question. Just want to say good luck. We'll definitely be watching, cheering, and I hope you get the knockout and you get the fight of the night and knockout.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
hey, and you were a champ in like another. That means you're gonna be a champ in the UFC, right? But do you remember like when you got signed to the UFC? Are you still like crazy? Like, do you believe that you're in the UFC? Is it like a huge deal to you? Because it is one of the top organizations on like so many levels, right?
Yeah, so I fought for CES in Lincoln, Rhode Island. I got their belt, and then from there, I got the belt. I fought maybe twice, and then I got into UFC, and then it felt like went from like high school to college. You know what I'm saying? All right, now it's another level to this. Now, college, obviously, we're in the college, but then there's that pro level. You know what I'm saying? That's that top 5. That's that belt. That's where I'm trying to like push into that. You know, so again, it's always levels to it. And then like again, once you get that belt, all right, now let's defend that belt. So it feels like it starts all over again. Now you got to defend that belt. How many times can you defend it? How many times? How good can you make it look? You know. You know, and then some guys like they want 2 belts. They want to fight at 45 and 55. So it's like it's definitely levels, and I think that's what keep people hungry, keep fighters hungry, and then like just chasing that next level, that greatness. And so yeah, no, like I said, like I got a belt. Like I got 2 amateur belts. I got a pro belt, and those are like feel like I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole. Like those feel like nothing right now. Like I just like. All right, that's cool, but what's next? You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not trying to be greedy or selfish or whatever, but it's like, it's not it. Yeah,
next
it's like, I want that.
UFC goal.
I'll add this too before my brother takes over and wraps it up.
I'm not wrapping this up. This is midnight.
You have the cartel. That's the clothing line.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
No, man, I stole that. And that I think that's cool. And if people want to find you, basically Instagram right now is probably the best way to reach out.
So so on Instagram at Rob_Font.
I'm about to add you.
Facebook Rob Font, and then Twitter at Rob S Font. But yeah, we got the link in our bio. You know, the website's up there. Go support the cartel. You know, we're up and coming.
There it is.
Check it out. Yeah, man, look at that. Let's go.
Woo! Let's go.
Again, if you want to learn some Muay Thai, I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the Gentle Art Dojo in Lowell, Mass. Also have a private studio in Lawrence, Mass. If you want to do more, that's more one-on-one sessions. You can do BJJ, MMA, a little bit of strength and conditioning. And and December 19th, tune in. I'll be fighting. I'll be knocking out Marlon Moraes, so tune in.
Let's go. Yelling at the TV screen, man.
I love it.
Rob, thanks so much for taking the time out to be on this podcast. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Rob.
Wishing you the best of luck on your fight. If you ever need any real estate help or advice, like I said, we have property owners that have 300 units. We'd love to educate you in any way we can. Guys,
I'm going to hold you to it, guys. I'm going to hold you to it. I plan on, again, I'm going to go out there and handle business. I want to come back. I would love to sit down and kind of like educate myself on how to really do this, do it the right way. And then, again, learn from your mistakes, and hopefully I don't have to make those mistakes, you know?
Yeah, exactly. We're neighbors anytime. All right, if you listen to this podcast and you enjoyed it, show some love. Find Rob Font on his Instagram. You could also check out this website, newenglandcartel.com. Check out my boy, KB Jewelers. He's right here, kbjewelersboston.com. And as always, if you need a house, you want to invest in real estate, DNA-realty.com. Thank you, guys. Mad love and good luck.
Hey, man, thank you so much. That was
thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rob. Good luck.
Hey,
Appreciate it, guys.
Tell Uncle Dana what up for me. And
I got
Calvin.
you.
I know. Let's get Dana on the podcast.
I got you guys. Appreciate you having me on. I'll holler at you guys when I get back.
All right. Good luck.
Definitely. Have a good one, guys.
Safe travels. Rob,
Dude, that was awesome, Rob.
Huh? That was
Rob
awesome.
had the best questions coming out.
Coming in
He
hot.
was like, psh, psh, psh.
I was focused, man.
That was cool, right? That was super awesome.
Dude, that was awesome. We should just ask him to tell Calvin Cater to.
Calvin's next.
Dude, Calvin, that's my
I'm going to
boy.
post this on the Modern American Dream podcast, and David's going to post it on Rad MMA episode 2. We're out.